Lisa has to watch the recording. She doesn't get off till 5 and she has a 30-minute drive. So anyways, all right. Well, welcome to our very first director team huddle. And this is for if you have directors on your team. I think I tried to reach out to everybody this time, and I sent them, that Google Doc that has all the links and everything that's going on this week. But if you could remind, if you are an advanced director or above and you have people on your team, Jennifer, Ashley, you both are here, then yeah, all of the directors are invited. So we want to just get a little leadership training under our belt each week, just a little bit, and then just give us a chance to network or to ask questions. What may be going on with your team could apply to everybody else, and just kind of working through it could help everybody. So today I did want to talk about two things, and you're probably like, on one of them, but okay, I'll start with the RSVP first, because that's a soft one. So have you guys heard of the RSVP? Anybody here? Oh, okay, this is a good thing then. All right, so I know that there's times when you're like, I have so much to do, I don't even know where to start. And you actually maybe be just like crippling to you on what to do first in your business. For me, when I see my list of what to do, I always want to do the thing that's going to take me the least amount of time so I can get it off my calendar or scratch it off. But when we work, you really want to follow the RSVP system. And you can even do, like, let's say you only have an hour to work, what we call a power hour. And for 15 minutes, you do R. For 15 minutes, you do S, and 15 V, and the other 15 P. So what do they stand for? And you have to do them in that order, RSVP. So R stands for recruiting. You start with recruiting. I know it's hard. For me, I want to set up a party. I want to, send my host their messages. I want to do all that, right? But start with recruiting. Recruiting fixes everything. And when you start with that, then you'll never run out of time that day, because that's what you started with. So look through your parties, follow, reach out to people that you want to talk to, just explode, put a recruiting post up, whatever it is, start with recruiting, R. The next one, RS. S, yeah, it's just like RSVP, like you're going to RSVP to something. S is for selling. So after you're recruiting, you move into selling. So that could be booking shows. It could be sending your host packet. It could be host coaching, or anything that is going to stimulate sales, going live, anything like that. So R, recruit. S, selling. V, these are your very new people. So that's the next thing you check on, your very new people. And you can just pull up your tracker. Everybody knows how to get to the daily sales report, right? That has the sales that are updated within, 10 to 20 minutes or so. So go through that and just do what I call catch calls. And now they're called catch messages, because you don't really call them anymore, but just go through that. If you see any activity, then you want to use something like, hey, Jenna, I noticed whatever she did. I noticed an order came in. I noticed, sales are coming in. I noticed you submitted 2 parties. Whatever you noticed, I noticed you're close to the incentive. That's awesome. You're only X amount away from, and then you give them a little goal. It could be being green. You're only $30 away from being green this month. You're only $200 away from the free spatula this month. And it is cute. I already got mine. Isn't that cute? Or, I noticed that, your trip points are at, whatever you notice, and then ask anything up your sleeve and leave it like that. So you notice something, people love to be noticed. You give them a goal, did you know you're only X amount away from whatever? Do you have anything up your sleeve? And so now you've reached out and it could stimulate a conversation. Maybe they say, no, I don't have anything. Well, you know what? If you want to get started, go to the new consultant training, or do you need a new template? Whatever it is that you can offer them to maybe spark something, because they're probably feeling pretty good about themselves that you notice something, they're close to getting something else, and maybe they now want to go for it. So what help can you offer? Okay, so RSV, and the last one is P, and these are for your producers, the rock stars on your team. Those are the ones that you want to make sure that you're recognizing. And even if you do not have any kind of recognition system in place, just a shout out. I just got to give Rochelle a shout out. She went to the director's retreat, and, whatever you're going to say about her. Or I called Courtney and I heard her voicemail today, and I'll have to tell you, call Courtney and listen to her voicemail because it sounds professional and it makes me want to book a show with her. So look for things that you can recognize. Not always does it have to be sales. And matter of fact, when you do have a very young team, you want to recognize the activity that's going to get the booking, the activity that's going to, get a new team member, the activity that is going to pull in some more sales. Oh my gosh, I just seen, Jenna go live on her page, or whatever it is, but the activity that they're doing. And then other people will see that and want to be included. So R, S, V, and P, in that order, write it down. It is really hard to do the R first. I know we just want to take care of business, get our shows set up, get shows on our calendar. But try flipping those two and watch what happens. So any questions about that? All right. So the other thing, I will just share my screen really fast to make sure for those watching the recording too.
Rocky, we have two more that are on their way into the meeting.
Oh, okay.
Melinda and Michelle.
Okay, but they're not locked out because everybody, right? They just said they're coming on.
Yeah, they asked for the link, so I gave it to them. So I just didn't know if you had it or not.
Okay. Yes, I'm recording so they can catch up that part about the RSVP. But I do want to show you a couple of things that when you are looking over things for your very new people and your producers, where you can take a look, just to make sure. I know everybody said yes, but over here on the left-hand side, report and tracking, this, you really want to take a look and see what's available for you to look at, because knowledge is power. When you know what's going on with your team, then you can make some decisions and you can influence how things turn out. So the first one up top is the consultant connection summary. Sorry, my my internet is a little bit slow. Who else? We have Margaret on here. Hi, Margaret, and Ashley and Jenny. Awesome. Okay, so your take action. If you pull yours up, there are a few more things here, and I try to keep mine clear. So pull up your take action and take a look. What are the things on there? I know, so this new consultants that joins your team, there are, what else is on there? Like consultants that have submitted their first show. What else is on there?
What earned new consultant rewards.
New consultant rewards is on here too.
Mm-hmm.
I have not seen that one, but unfortunately the inactive consultants pop up.
Yes, inactive and active consultants. And I wish I had some to show you. But here is a place too that you can reach out to people, the active and inactive consultants. The inactive consultants, it'll say they're 1 month inactive. So if they go 2 months in a row without submitting at least $150, they lose their career sales. And if anybody has that, can you share your screen? So is anybody able to share their screen that has this?
I can't share my screen, but I have 2 of them that are inactive.
You can't share it because
No, because I'm on my phone and my iPad. Sorry.
oh, okay. Anybody else
I
If
don't
I-
have any.
give you permission? You can share yours. All right.
I'm
well,
on my phone as well. Sorry.
Okay. Okay, but you can, if there's a take action here, click on it. Okay. And so you can take action. That's exactly what it's for. All of those things, they need to be addressed. If there's new consultants, they need to be welcomed. Once they're welcomed, you can go ahead and they know when new consultant training is. You've helped them, you know, do they have a party set up? You can take them off here. Once you've done, you know, your initial, let's get you started, take them off. Everything else too on there, go ahead and address it. If they submitted their first show, then you want to give them a shout out. Way to go on submitting your first show. If they're inactive, hey, can I help you? If you go 2 months in a row without sales, you lose your career sales. If they're 6 months in a row without any sales, then they're not a consultant anymore. Okay, they'll lose their consultant status. There's 2 ways that they can come back. Like, let's say, oh my gosh, you know, I want to come back. So there is a $35, and I'm going to mute everybody because I'm hearing some background noise. Or just mute yourself if you have a TV on. There's a way that they can come back, and they can pay $35. They'll be under you. I think that there you go, Michelle. $35, they can come back. They'll keep their same consultant number. They'll be under you. Everything's going to be the same now that they can sell again. It's $35. But usually when people haven't been active for 6 months, they probably don't have a website. So by the time they pay their $35, there's 60-something dollars for their website subscription. It's almost, they're better off just starting out and buying a new kit. If they want to come back buying a new kit, they're going to get the free website. They're going to get a chance to redo all of their new consultant rewards, and they start from scratch. So if you ever run into that, just encourage them to start over with the $99 kit. All right, so what we got going on? What do we want to talk about? So it is 5:18 and we have about 30 minutes before I have to start new consultant training. Was that helpful for you guys to see like what's going on this week? All the links. Good. So I'm going to do something a little different with a new consultant training tonight. we heard Ellington Boyce speak at the director retreat, and something that she does to inspire new consultants right from the start to get them fired up to hold 4 shows a week is she shows paychecks of consultants that are holding 4 shows a week, and how they are progressing. You know, if they plan to lock arms with us, follow the simple systems we have on how to book shows, how to run the shows, hopefully it'll be a little bit easier for you guys having new consultants on your team that are really, you know, want to work and not, you know, like they're excited to go get parties on their calendar. They're excited to have a nice, beautiful paycheck. So I'm going to start that tonight. Is there anybody here that I could share, like one of your first consultant paychecks that if you've had, Jenna, you're good. Courtney, you're good. Margaret smiling like, because I am going to write it down so I can flash over and see. So
That's fine if you want to do that.
Thank you.
Jenna had her hand up.
Well, I'm
Okay.
like, show them the one that paid for my brand new kitchen. That'd be perfect.
Okay, Jenna, Courtney said okay.
It only had one party, but it was a $2,200 party. So
Right, your first paycheck. How about you, Rochelle? Can I do your advanced director one?
Yeah.
Okay,
It's been a while.
that's all right. Okay. All right, good. All right, Jenna, so is there anything that you want to talk about? I know Jenna she did her is it your first meeting?
Oh, there's second.
Their second meeting. So, are you doing these live?
Yes, I have everyone over to my house and anyone, because I have 2 people on the East Coast. So we do it Zoom also for anybody who can't come. The next one we do, we're actually going to, I think JD's going to jump on it and we're going to do a co-team one and actually run it as an in-home party since none of us have ever done an in-home party, and like gonna do the walkthrough with everybody so we can all kind of learn together.
Awesome.
So we just have to get that going.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I think that'll be fun.
So you can learn a lot just going through a party. I mean, we used to do recipe night and you learn a lot about the products, how to share them, and, you know, probably great for your lives. You know, learning how to just talk about the product and maybe even do a couple of videos there. So awesome. So
Yeah,
what made you want to do your own meeting?
Well, I just really enjoyed all of your meetings and just getting the information and taking notes. And I learned, that's how I learn. And so I just wanted to put that out there for everybody. It gives me a chance. I try and keep up with, I post every day in our, I have a chat for everybody, and then we have a page, but it just is an easier way to be able to you know, say great job or just talk to people and they can ask questions. And I actually use the PowerPoint that's posted every month, and I just change it with all of our information, and everyone seems to really like it.
So do you show it there on your TV? The PowerPoint?
Yep, I just connect my laptop to my TV and then we Zoom it and everything. Yeah.
Awesome. I love it. And I think when you do that kind of, and I say like if you don't want to do a full blown meeting, is just do a team huddle where, you know, once a month or once a week or whatever, that you can get together and people get to see each other, share ideas, what's working for you. And you can even scroll through the template that we all get, Pampered Chef puts out, and just deliver information, you know, just dates that are things that are coming up. There is a lot of training coming up. The spotlight training calls are tomorrow, and you don't really have to train on anything. Pampered Chef does it, you know, and you can just watch the replay or be live. But you kind of do have to share that with your team and get them there, because we forget. And when you're new, there's so many things going on. So awesome, awesome. So what else? So Margaret took the week off. Are you still on vacation, Margaret?
Yes.
So Margaret
Yep.
took this week off, but Margaret had a pretty full show schedule this month. She had 3 shows a week, 3 shows a week, except for her vacation week. And she's even thinking about kicking it up to 4, I think we talked about. So what was the switch there? Because she was pretty adamant with me that she wasn't doing 4 shows a week. So what was your switch, Margaret?
Monday.
Oh, yes, yes. Sometimes that is inspiring, right?
It's a good motivator. But really, I think it's just more confidence. I just have, I have more confidence with it, with doing that. You inspire me to do that. And I need to. Because you talk about the 4 shows and the 1 flips, 1 flops, and all of that, and it's happening. So I need to up my game
Up your
with
game.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that does hold true. I do talk about that the first time on new consultant training, because it does play out that way. Yeah, and it's really cruddy when you have one and that's the one that either flips or flops, right? And then you have
Right.
no shows for the week. So
Right.
anyway, all right, what else do we got going on? So Ashley and I did something fun. Ashley, can you talk?
Yeah, sorry, it takes me forever to get my mouse down there.
That's
Unmute
okay.
myself. Yeah, I can. Do you want me to
Okay.
talk about it?
Yeah, just a little bit. So what was it that you reached out? So I'll let you go ahead and take it.
I had a bad week. Let's just leave it at that. So I reached out to Rocky. Rochelle and I talked about her and everybody going to the director retreat, and I reached out to Rocky about finding your why. And so Rocky and I did a little exercise that I think we're both still working on right now.
Yeah, we are.
But it's been good.
Yeah. So have you guys watched Kristen Wairinga in anything, any videos? Courtney's like, yeah. Anybody else? Well, she is a favorite. She's very, very young. I don't know, like 30 something, her young 30s. And she's a firecracker, and she just is one of those people that has big dreams. And so she was really good about figuring out your why. And we always say, your why has to be solid, or this is easy to walk away from. It's easy to say, oh, well, I'll book those shows later, or this party that's coming up, maybe I'm going to get some bookings for them, or just kind of just let it run its course. But if you have a really big why, then you keep thinking, okay, this is why I'm doing it. I need to sit down in my seat and get some work done. So anyways, there was a series of questions, and I'll just read them to you, because when Ashley asked me, I was like, I don't know, but I know that Kristen can help you, and I've seen a thing that she did. So let's do this together. So one of them, the first question, number 1, was, what one thing do you wish your parents had known about life that would have made things easier or better for them? So, it kind of takes you back. It is pretty deep. But it does get you thinking. So we both did this and we both shared our answers. And then number 2 is, what did you miss most in your childhood? And the thing that you would like as a do-over, or something you could provide for your own children that you didn't have. Number 3, is there any guidance that would have influenced your life positively that you wish someone had given you when you were a teen? So, that you wish someone had told you, if there was some person that would have helped you along through those years. And number 4, what are some of your beliefs? What do you believe in? I believe that, fill in the blank. What do you believe? Number 5, how do you support or contribute to this ideal or principle that you believe? So if you believe in something really strongly, how do you have that come through? How does that come through you? Number 6, what profound impact would you like to have on other people's lives? That was a fun one, I thought. Number 7, how do you know when you've done a good job? And this was a really fun one. If you had $10 million to spend, and you could spend $5 million on yourself and your family and $5 million on a charity, how would you spend your $5 million for you and your $5 million for a charity, and why? So, there's more. What personality qualities or achievements do you want to be remembered for? And 10, if you could supersize one thing you do well, what would it be? What would be your superhero skill? So I'm going to post these and I'm going to let you guys work on them. And when you're done, let me know and I'll give you part 2. The first few questions, I was kind of uncomfortable, really, and I wasn't sharing them with anybody, but I was like, oh my gosh, I had to talk to myself about this stuff. I really just rather go, I don't know, work on my Google Calendar. But it was really, so Ashley filled out hers, she sent them over to me, I filled out mine, I sent them over to her, and then we're on part 2 now, and that probably took us like all weekend, right, Ashley?
Yeah.
Yeah, it did, because there was some that came very easy and then some that didn't. So now I'm waiting, so now we've got to do part 2. It'll probably take this weekend to get to part 2, to get this into some,
Part 2 is kind of hard.
yeah, some why and some kind of really, it was fun though. But the $5 million part, can anybody think that big? Like if you had $10 million, if you had $10 million, I mean, it's hard to think of anything, right? That's a lot of money. What would you do? What would you do with it for yourself, and what kind of charity? Anybody can anybody think?
I think I would buy a house and bring my son back from California. I think I would give a lot of it away, actually, to my family.
Yeah, that's what I noticed, that we were kind of the same. Like we'd pay, everybody would be debt free, right? And and then what about a charity, or what would you do in the form of?
I'd have to think about that because my son has done quite a bit with homeless in California, but then the veterans don't get the support that they need also. So I have a big heart for that.
I would put mine in an endowment so that it could grow, and then I could disperse it as I chose. because I feel like my interests grow and change as I get older. So instead of giving it to one or two places as I have it, I would rather it be held so that I could disperse it to grants or scholarships in the
Yeah.
future.
It's awesome. And so this Christian Maringa, so she's young, right? And her job was to, she worked at the Parks and Recreation, and her job was to get money in to pay and help upkeep the parks and recreation, you know, in her community. And so now she's making quite a bit of money. And she says after she and her husband are debt free, that she wants to be the one building those parks. She wants to be the one creating these parks in these low income neighborhoods, places. And so that's her why. Like, you know, after everything's paid, you know, what else am I going to do? And I guess, so bring this all back to Pampered Chef, is I've been in this business long enough, and I know enough people to know that we could do something that big. And you might not believe it right now, but it's true. Just doing what we do and staying on track and not quitting, you could make decisions like that. What do you want to do with $5 million? So anyways, so I'm going to post those questions and you guys can mess with them. And then when you're ready for part 2, I'll send you part 2, but you know, no need for part 2 until you get done with part 1. And we'll see if we can come up with a really good why for our parties. All right. So what else is going on? So it's 5:35 and I said we'd go till 5:50 if we needed to. Anybody have questions? You want to know anything? You're struggling with something. You need help. What? Oh, it's Jenny.
Oh,
Okay, well, go ahead. Who wants to talk? Okay, Rochelle.
I'm like, I'm gonna do a block party and I've never done one. And I was looking at the units that you were telling me that were on My Pampered People, but I only found a Zoom. So I started listening to that, but I didn't know if there was any other units that you meant on the group page or if it was just that Zoom call that it was like, it's like 3 different people that talked about how they run block parties.
Let me look. I thought I had like everything on there. So let me take a look really quick and see, because I could have sworn that like it was a whole unit with the host coaching and everything.
Yeah, let me see. Maybe I missed it.
So unit 1, unit 2, unit 3, unit 4 are the asks, unit 5 is Google Calendar, unit 6 is the virtual party template planner. Oh, how do I do anything? 7 is great tips for virtual parties. 8 is be social, texting parties. Well, what? It's unit 11, multiple virtual parties. So,
Perfect.
so look at that. It was created quite some time ago, but I think, you know, not very much has changed on those. And also I would probably also look in the director group. Is Jennifer still on? Jennifer Bolts? Because Jennifer Bolts is running block parties right now. The only thing I think, so you can run them. So a block party is when you put, you know, 4 or 5 hosts into the same party. Okay. And you use something like, Linktree. Linktree is where you have one link, but you can put all the party links in there so that you can post one link and it'll say shop with Courtney, shop with Melinda, shop with Ashley. So it's just one link, but they can find their host. But I think the biggest thing is you just have to be super uber confident and guide your host and have that confidence that this works. This is how we do it. I love them. You know, they're the best thing ever. And because we do, some of the top sellers, the top seller in the company does block parties.
I'm only going to do it for a mother and son because they wanted to co-host. And I was like, we don't do co-host. So I'm going to make it this like huge competitive thing. Well, I'm going to try to,
Yes.
right? With like polls and stuff like that. I just don't know how the host post works. Like, are they both supposed to post or they post different things each day?
Yeah, so you'll see in that unit 11, it'll say, you know, it'll give them different things to post. But when they're posting, post your favorite Pampered Chef product, they're usually posting two different things anyway. So when you have a block party and you say, post, you know, today, everybody, I want you to post your favorite Pampered Chef product, then, you know, Margaret would be maybe post stoneware and someone else might post cookware, and you know, so you'll get a variety like that. So look it over, but it does address that for sure. Okay, let's see. Michelle, let me see, I seen you had a.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Rochelle, the thing that I've had problems with is people not knowing how to either post or post pictures in parties. Hosts, not all hosts know how to do that. So I would just suggest that that's some of the host coaching that I guess I'm falling back on. So I need to make sure that that's happening. So I hope that both of those people know how to do that, because if you're going to make it competition, then someone's going to lose bad.
If they don't do it. You know, with my hosts, going back to Margaret, with my hosts that aren't really good at getting to their party, they don't know how to copy and paste, they don't know how to post a picture, I just tell them, here's your party link. Every day, I don't even put them in the host coaching group. I just say, hey, Margaret, here's your party link. Click on the party link and ask everybody what they're having for dinner and tell what you're having. And I just give them something like random to do because they can get there and they know how to post, right? They know how to do that, but it's the whole copy and paste. They're in the group. They don't know how to get back to their party. It's just confusing. So if you just coach them and just give them something to do, ask everybody, you know, what the weather's like at their place, or, you know, it doesn't have to be a picture. As long as they are posting every day. So some of those I've had to just do that. So Michelle is struggling to get parties right now. And Michelle, you are not alone. Raise your hand if you are struggling to get parties. Okay. So right now, I think everybody is doing something, whether they're selling candles, workout clothes, Pampered Chef, or whatever. I mean, there are, I used to just kind of not kid, but say, you know, somebody that's selling something, right? Now, you know, like everybody is selling something. So there are a lot of online parties right now. I probably am in 5 every week of something. So I get that, and that people are, but we are, my favorite saying, because I can go down that rabbit hole. Everybody's selling something. They're not getting their products. The products they want are in stock. I could just go down that rabbit hole. But my director gave me these wise words. Rocky, stop buying their story and start selling yours. What story are we going to sell? What are we excited about? And really, Michelle, for me, I would just say when you're asking people and it's not absolutely no, I will unfriend you if you might book a party. If you make me do a party, that kind of no, like no, send me a screenshot, because I'm even challenging myself because I had a party. Every single host had every single customer had a PH by their name, a past host. So I'm like, how am I going to get any bookings? What am I going to do? And I was like, I've got to ask, I'm still going to ask. And you know what one lady told me? I'm going to show you because you're going to think I'm lying. She said, let me see what she's in. I've got so many different messages now. I signed up for this project broadcast and nope, it's going to be in. And now the Facebook is a business suite. Did your guys switch to a business suite? Okay, so let me just tell you what this lady said. And I'm not really good at it. Oh, here it is. Messages. Okay. So I asked her for a party. She told me I just had one a couple weeks ago. Maybe in the middle of November would be good. I know it's a bit out there, but I don't want to bombard my friends with a party every month. So not this month, but next month. So I was like, heck yeah, okay, you got it. So people, if you don't, but I could have like, no way, I'm not. All these people just had a party, right? I was like, well, I'm going to give it a shot. But Michelle, so you're probably thinking, all right, I've asked everybody on your friends list, or you still got some friends to go through? Okay, so I'll just give you a rundown really quick. Is you will have to do the 30 contacts a day and go down your friends list and do not prejudge. Put them in, use your phone. They'll come up in alphabetical order, A to Z. And you just start shooting out messages, Hey, Rochelle, I was wondering, we got a brand new catalog and 60% off for hosts. Are you interested in hosting an online show? And just go down and ask. The shorter the message, the better. And I think you will be really surprised. So most everybody, I think, has been through new consultant training, but I don't know if you have, Michelle. But it's not just the ask. It is if most of the time, let's say you ask 10 people, probably 2 or 3 of them are going to reply. They're either going to say yes or no, and 7 of them are not going to reply. And so the very next day, you're going to have to ask again and follow up. Hey, I know you probably got busy yesterday. I wanted to check again because I'm really excited about my Pampered Chef business. The very next day, because we never know if those people got busy or they're thinking about it and they're wondering, well, what do I got to do? And if they're one of those 2 people, you want to strike while the iron's hot. And actually, you're going to reach out to them at least 4 times. If they don't reply, if they don't say yes, or if they don't book a show. Then
I am using your tracker.
Oh, okay, perfect. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Where's Courtney? Courtney, how how are you doing? Yeah, Courtney is going down hers. And
Mhm.
what kind of progress have you made?
So I did the booking blitz at the beginning of the month. And I got some maybe laters or people who asked me if I would do a freezer show, or I don't even know what that is, but I'm gonna find out because yeah, I'll do it, whatever it is. Um, and then I got no responses from a ton of people. So I'm starting again because I've got like one more ask on these. It's just that, are you okay?
Yeah.
So I'm starting again, and I'm just gonna keep doing it because people are out there. I just have to find them. So, and I did have, I'll say that like half of them were people who have said, "Oh, I do it later in the summer." So I think they're just giving me the brush off. Like, no, Courtney, I don't want to answer your question.
Right. And so do that, because I had someone just the other day, she was like, next year. And I was like, okay, but I'm just curious, what makes you put it off until next year? Right? I really am curious, like, what is it that could be happening, because it's on Facebook and really you can be gone 23 hours and 45 minutes out of the day, um, away from your party. So I really ask, I say, I'm just curious, what makes you have to push it out until whatever. And this one lady, she was like, she was very, very ill. And I felt, yeah, she was very, very ill. And she says sometimes she doesn't get out of bed, and she just couldn't commit to that. And I said, okay, I totally understand. But you know what? I booked her for September 30th of 2021. She said next year. I was like, all right. So I was like, all right, holler if you need anything. I hope you feel better, get well and stuff like that. She's very, very ill. So we'll see what happens. But, maybe just ask, and you'll never know, because like this lady, not right now could mean just next month. I just blown away with that. And then, so you just keep asking if you, and you really got to be honest with yourself. Am I reaching out to 30 people every day and following up? What am I doing? Am I being consistent? And when you're consistent, I think that's when you'll see the results. And the other thing, I was talking to someone about this at your parties. You've got to do all the things all the time. And there's about 5 things that is you, Margaret? you you have to do all the things all the time, and there's 5 things that you can do in every single party, and it doesn't matter. I think the best thing that happened to me when I stopped tracking is don't know, or I don't remember who I already asked. When you track something and you say, oh, she already said no, she didn't want to host the show, then you don't ask her again. But if you're not tracking, there is no way you remember who you asked and who you didn't ask. So number 1, you have to have the guess a number in your party. Guess a number and see if you're lucky and you could win a prize. And then everybody is a winner. You have to message them and say, since you picked lucky number 3, I have a prize valued at $3 when you book a party on the specific dates. And that valued prize, you can do anything. So if I want to fill something really bad, I'm gonna bump it up $10 and I'll offer a $13 prize. When she hosts the party and you put that $13 prize on her party, it's going to be discounted at her discount, and you're going to get commission on it. You're going to get incentive points on it and all of that. So you have a little bit of, carrot. How big your carrot is to dangle in front of them is up to you. Okay, so that has to be in your party. Number two, you have to have the high priced items. If money wasn't an object, which product would you pick? And you have the air fryer, you have the blender, you have the cookware set, all those. And then everyone that picks, you reply to them. I saw you pick the blender as a time-saving power tool. Did you know as a host, you could get that free or half price? I would love to facilitate a party for you like I'm doing for Susie and help you get that in your kitchen. It's a game changer. The parties are easy. I just set them up, you participate, hang out with your friends, just like you're doing in this party. And host will, or whoever the host is, will receive a bonus too. You can tell, I've just sent a whole bunch of those right now and I still have it up on my screen. All of those, anybody that comments on that party, and that one is people comment, you know, they want to tell you. So there's usually, you know, at least 4 or so comments on there or likes. And if they like it, I just put in there, thanks for the like. And I say, I'm going to send you a message if they didn't comment, and then I'll message them. So, okay, so there's 2. 3, surprise booking. Everybody that you can send a message to, let them know that you want to help Margaret get a bonus. Are they interested in hosting a party? Then your host booking challenge. And I love this one because she's going to put you in touch with people that don't order and have not commented. And then the last but not least, text everybody. Thank you for your order. Shipping's taking a little longer. If you have any questions or, you know, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm trying to get Michelle as much party credit as I can. Are you interested in hosting? So those 5 things have to happen every party, every single party. And you should get at least 3 bookings out of the party. Every party too. And then I am telling my host too, oh my gosh, you have 1 booking. You only need 2 more for your $50 bonus. And I had a host that didn't do the booking challenge. And so I was all over it, asking people, you know, all through the party. I got 2. And I told her, I said, Laura, you have 2 bookings. You only need 1 for the $50 bonus. And a couple hours later, she says, Amanda will do it. And I had already text messaged Amanda and she never replied to me. So then Amanda did it. So she went and talked to Amanda. So all the things all the time. And then just, you know, maybe you have a friend, Courtney, also, she did her own show this month, this week. She did not have a party. So this week you could do your Pampered Chef birthday bash and tell everybody that you are celebrating Pampered Chef's 40th birthday. And you are going to give away the host rewards. And Courtney's trying to get bookings. So she's giving a lot of tickets for bookings. You know, that's
And
her
bring
number
energy.
1 goal out of this party is to get bookings. So you could all have a show on your calendar this month by just doing your own Pampered Chef birthday bash, and you know, put a lot of horns in there and confetti and, you know, birthday cake, birthday this, just like it was your friend's 40th birthday. You know, if you had a girlfriend, it was her 40th birthday, you know, that kind of thing. It's time to celebrate. But yeah, once you do get those bookings, then you definitely want to, or those parties on the calendar, take advantage of them. And then maybe you could even ask for a favor. In some of your groups that have a lot of, you know, Girl Scout groups or any kind of other kind of groups. What are they? Ashley, what are you in? You're in a group, kind of a
Workout groups.
workout groups, but that meet like monthly or weekly. I can't
Did
think
you
of
ask me what group I'm in?
Yeah, aren't you in some kind of groups like a
Oh, like boards. I'm in,
Next gen.
yeah, I'm in next gen.
yeah, Yeah, just something like that where you have friends that are in a group that they network with other people and have a lot of friends. Just say, you know what, I'm just trying to get started. Can you help me? Would you host a party? You know, those good friends that you have, and see if they'll help kick you off. Or, you know, Melinda, ask your doctor, ask your nurse, who are you gonna see again? You know, anybody like that. Say, I'm just trying, or you know.
Taking brownie from the brownie pan.
Yeah, there you go, right? All right. No, that is true. We call it pampering a business. And we haven't done it in a while, but you make brownies in the brownie pan, cookies, whatever. You take it to the bank, you take it to wherever. Right now, a lot of houses are being sold. So those people are still in the office. Title companies, banks, realtors, those type of businesses are booming. So, you know, I want to pamper a business. I'm bringing this in with some catalogs. And if you guys can gather some orders, I'm going to give somebody something 60% off and some freebies, you know, and see what happens. Right? What's the worst thing that could happen? They'll know that you do pampered chef. So, all right. Anybody else? Oh, I went over. So I'm going to let you guys go ahead and talk. If you want to stay on, talk. But I'm going to go do new consultant training, but maybe you guys can help each other out because I think that usually works best. Like I remember Margaret and Courtney and Jenny and Jenna. Oh, it was Ashley too. That one time that we just kind of powwowed, you know, worked well. So I'm going to let you guys stay on if you want to stay on, but I'm going to go jump on new consultant training. All right.
Thanks, Rocky.
So, oh, you're welcome. I wonder if I can jump off this and you guys still stay on. I don't know if I can. You guys might have to get your own link and come back.
I think so because you're the host.
Yeah, so if any of you have a Zoom link, then get it out and you guys go back. All right. Okay, see ya.
Okay.
Bye-bye.